Until last year or so, I think China did not even have a pension system for its rural residents, which is still the majority of its population. But in almost a record time, it has built up a pension system for its rural residents. Now, integrating that with the urban pension system to build a single consolidated national pension system, that's going to take quite some time.
But you would think relatively wealthy governments like Singapore, which has in place a central provident fund system which is universal for most employees here, don't you think a system like that would be adequate?
I think in terms of coverage, because Singapore is an advanced country, it's also a small, it's also a city-state, so it's easy to cover most of the population. So I think Singapore certainly has done well in terms of coverage. But I think this is the consensus of most pension experts. Where it fails is in terms of the adequacy of pension benefits. It's simply not generating enough returns to ensure a adequate standard of living for its elderly citizens.
Saving for your old age, does the onus lie on the government, the individual, or the employer, or potentially a combination of all three?
You need all these several different pillars working together, reinforcing each other. What that means is some of the onus is going to fall on the individual, some of the onus is going to fall on employers, some of the onus is going to fall on the government. But what is especially important in the case of Asia is precisely because we are aging so rapidly. In fact, everything in Asia is happening so rapidly, not just economic growth, but also these kinds of big structural changes, such as the demographic transition. This issue of having to generate or having to provide old age income security is a relatively new challenge. What that means is not so much in the richer countries of the region, but in the middle income and lower income countries of the region, countries such as Indonesia, Thailand, and others. This concept is still very much new. So one big responsibility of Asian governments is to really instill in the general public a sense that this is a very important challenge, and this is a challenge for which individuals must take responsibility.